Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Brain Vomit Podcast with your host, Camille Moody. So I'll be real, y'all. I originally recorded a episode about the Love is Blind reunion and my thoughts on the season and everything. And it was good, okay? It was good. It was cute. It was very comfortable. I was in my pajamas. But I just didn't like the quality. And I just feel I just want to talk about this instead. So this is what we're going to talk about. I'm recording this on Friday, and this happened on Tuesday, so just a few days ago. And basically, I'm just going to be telling you guys a quick story on how, like, just an experience that I had with God. And how every time I have one of these, like, crazy experiences, it just validates my faith for Him. And, it just reminds me of why I believe what I believe. And I believe it for a reason. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting, I had a idea for an episode called, like, Why I'm Still Christian in Today's Society. And I guess this is, like, maybe, like, a mini version of that episode. I wanted to share my testimony and, like, my initial memory and experience that I had with the Lord in that. But I want to talk about the one that happened on Tuesday. So we'll jump back to the very first one that kind of, kicked off me being serious in my relationship with Jesus and why I still choose to follow Him in, the in today's world society. But yeah, let's just get into it. So a little background. This is probably going to be a shorter episode just because it's a story time, but we'll see. Y'all know I can talk about, whatever for a long time. Also, I'm not in the center. Okay. I'm sitting comfortable today. I don't have my mic on a stand, so I just want to be comfortable. I'm kicked back. I have class in like an hour and a half, so I don't want to be doing too much. But anyways, so I have a lot of anxiety surrounding friendships. I like the lie that is always put in my head is that my friends don't actually like me. They're faking it. They don't really know me. And it's unfortunate. Like I can claim that like there are very, very, very few people that I fully trust, and it's hard. I don't like, coming home from hanging out and feeling like my friends secretly hate me. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's happened for a really long time, so I'm kind of used to it, but I've been working on it really well. I've been able to stop myself from getting so worked up. Like I talked about in the last video, over the last year, I've just changed so much, and that was one of the things that I have improved on significantly is just cutting the lies off right in their tracks. Also, new tattoo. I don't know if y'all can see it. Hello. There we go. Oh, it's focused on my face. I have to hold my arm a certain way or else you can't see it. Focus. Worthy. So cute, right? Oh, I was away from the microphones. You probably barely heard me, but it's okay. Yeah, I got Worthy tattooed. It's just been my word of the year, and I just decided randomly to get it on, what day was it? Wednesday? Yeah. So, back to the story. Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety surrounding friendships. Anytime I would come home from a hangout, I would be so anxious. I would like think back to everything that I said, everything that I did, and my brain would immediately go to, oh, that was so annoying. You shouldn't have said that. Oh, that joke didn't land. They don't think you're funny. Oh, you're not funny. Oh, you're not cool. They don't like you. They hate you. They're talking about you. The second you left, they're talking about you. Like that's what I hear in my head all the time. And unfortunately, with these really negative and anxiety-filled thoughts, I like panic attacks will come along with them. So on Tuesday night in particular, again, and also I needed to preface, like for my friends watching, I hope y'all are not like taking it personal. And, if you do, please just hit me up so I can clarify it once again. But it's literally nothing my friends do. I just have it in the back of my head that I'm being like deceived, or that I'm like, I just like, it's nothing that, and this anxiety comes from me and like not anything that my current friends have done. Just to like kind of preface that, I guess I don't want to make it sound like it's happening on like my friends are causing something to do this. But no, it's just my brain and like past experiences that I've had with previous friendships, like in high school, middle school, and stuff, that are, impacting my current relationship, which is not good. But once I've said it again, I've said it again. Like I'm actively working on that. But I thought my mic was off. I was like, oh no. Okay. Anyways, so I came home Tuesday night from just having, a little hangout, a little meeting with some friends. We're planning a road trip. Great. I get home and I immediately, like, my heart starts racing and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. The usual anxiety filled evening after a time with friends. Gotta love it. But my heart starts racing and I start thinking back to everything that I said and did. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so loud this evening. Like, they're probably so sick of me. And I don't know. I think, unfortunately, I just have a lot. I just feel like I don't know. I get in my head a lot about that. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just being too loud. Like, the joke didn't land. They didn't think it was funny. I'm being too much. I'm too much for them. They don't like me. Like, I'm a bit much for them. And then I started hyperventilating, and then the panic attack starts to happen. And I caught it in my tracks, and I was like, Camille, stop. I was like, you gotta calm down. You gotta breathe. I began taking deep breaths, and it worked. Praise God. And, after it subsided, I was, crying, got my nose all stuffed up. It was gross. Like, snot was flying out. It was disgusting, but not the point. Anyways. Speaking of nose snot, my nose is still stopped up. I think it's my fault because I haven't been taking my allergy medicine. I haven't been taking my allergy medicine, so it is, in fact, my fault. So I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching. Okay, back to the story. So I calmed down. And one thing I never, ever did after a panic attack is pray and or read my Bible. I just didn't do it. I just, shut off from the rest of the world and gave myself like a few hours to recuperate, recharge. Usually when it happens at night, I just go to sleep. But I was like, I'm just going to do something different this time, and I'm going to pray and, ask God to ease my heart and ease my mind right now. So I'm like 5 seconds into a prayer. I didn't even get into the whole gist of it, but I was like, Lord, like, if you have anything for me, please, like, and I got cut off. I was going to say, like, Lord, if you have anything for me, like, I'm listening, please tell me. And I got cut off mid-sentence, and I heard Galatians 5:8. And I was like, okay, weird. Also, this, like, whenever I hear stories like this, y'all, I used to think they were so fishy. I'm like, y'all are liars. Like, y'all are such liars. Maybe y'all do think I'm lying, and that's y'all's business. But, I mean, as much as I can say, and I am telling the truth, but, like, as much as I'm saying that I'm telling the truth, y'all cannot believe me, and that's okay. I understand. It's a very crazy experience. I did not believe these at all either until it happened to me, and that is why I am a believer today. But I hear Galatians 5:8. Y'all, I am trying my best to read through the whole Bible this year. I've never done that in the past. I have read, the popular verses, like, name it, Philippians 4:13. I've done Proverbs. I've done, a few other easier books to read through, but I have not read the whole thing. So I know nothing about no Galatians, nothing. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Basically, all that talk just to say, I have not read the Bible like that. I don't have verses memorized. I only know, like, my favorite verse, and that's pretty much it. Okay? So I was like, okay, weird. I go and I flip to my Bible. Y'all, the verse says, 5:8 says, this persuasion does not come from the one who calls you. I was like, wow. And I sat there in awe, and I was like, you're telling me God isn't real? You're telling me Jesus did not die on the cross? Like, it's just, like, I'm sitting here now, like, in the same fascination I was in on Tuesday night. Like, it is so powerful. And I was like, what is the context of this? And the section of, chapter 5 of Galatians is titled Freedom of the Christian. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is insane. And the verse right before verse 7 or verse 8 says, you were running well. Who prevented you from being persuaded regarding the truth? Wow. And the truth is that I am worthy of feeling like my friends like me. And that is like a huge, this worthy was the huge word for me the last year. And I knew that, me hearing that my friends hate me and that they don't actually like me and they're like plotting against me and, just expecting the worst, that's not from God at all. And unfortunately, that's, and I need to say as well, like, I still struggle with other aspects of Christianity. Like, everything doesn't sit perfect with me. Does that make sense? Like, I have a hard time understanding why good people die. I have a hard time understanding why some sins are considered sins. Okay, I do. And I needed to say that because I don't have full confidence in everything. I'm working on it because I want to get there where I have full confidence in God and what He has for my life and my plans. But because I did go for such a longer period without God and pushing Him away and being like, how dare you do this to me? How, yada, yada, yada. I am slowly trying to push myself to trust Him more. And this was just the perfect example of me giving it to Him and me giving these, awful thoughts of just lies about my relationships and friendships to Him, and he's letting me know back. It's crazy. I was saying in my Bible study last night that, like, I am so good at talking during prayer. God help me with this, God help me with that. Okay, bye. But I don't listen. I don't have quiet time. I just don't sit there and hear what He has to say to me. And that's why I didn't hear anything for so long. I posted something on my Instagram story the night this happened, and it was excuse me, sorry, it was a picture of the verse, and I captioned it like, for the longest time I thought God was silent, but He wasn't. I just wasn't listening because, like, I don't know, y'all, like, it's just crazy. It's just so crazy. It makes me so happy, and I am not Christian because of church. I'm not a Christian because of pastors. I'm not a Christian because my family's Christian. I'm not a Christian because I am scared or I feel this way, I feel that way. I'm Christian because of experiences like this. Because to me, like, nothing, like, that's enough for me. That is enough for me, and it just brings so much joy to my life, and it gives me hope, it gives me peace. And peace is something I did not experience for a very long time because of this anxiety and depression that I have. And so experiences like this is why I'm Christian today. And of course, I said I would make another episode on this another time, but I don't know. It just reminded me of, like, how much more I need to trust God and really just give it all to Him and not sit and wallow in my own thoughts and not sit and struggle with this for forever. Because yes, while I will still probably struggle with this, and while, I don't know if anxiety and depression is going to go away from me, and if not, so be it. If it does, great. But the fact of the matter is that, like, even if I am struggling with depression for the rest of my life, I have a loving God and Savior right by my side to help me deal with that. Because I mean, there's nothing that nobody has ever, like, people give amazing comfort, but God gives, like, everlasting comfort. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, anytime I have an encounter with God like this, my whole body is quiet and it is so peaceful. And if you know me, you know that I'm always going. I have a lot of anxiety about different aspects of my life, and that usually motivates me really well just to get stuff done and get my crap together. But I get advice from friends like, oh, what do you think I should do about that? And it brings such a good peace, and I'm so thankful for my friends that give such amazing advice and are really, really there for me and really listen to me. And I do think that those are God-given friendships for sure. But while I can use those friendships and while I do have those amazing friends, the peace that God gives me in these scenarios is, yeah, it's literally a feeling of being washed over. It is so beautiful. And yeah, that was just pretty much my story in what happened on Tuesday. I hope you guys liked it. And it was kind of a random story time, but I wanted to share it because it just, anytime this happens, I just sit in awe. And every time an encounter with God happens like that, I'm not the same person ever again. It's so crazy, but it makes me so happy and excited for how many more encounters I'm gonna have with God, and it's just gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger the more I pour into the Word, and the more I pour into our relationship, and the more I listen to Him. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, of course, I don't want you guys to feel like, well, I mean, I'm not forcing anything. Okay, if you're watching this and you don't get it, it's okay. It's okay. Um, you know, what I like about YouTube is like y'all can pick and choose what you watch. So all I ask is that in the same ways that I am respectful for everyone else's beliefs, be respectful to mine. Please be sweet in the comments. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, you need to believe in God today. And if you don't, choke. I'm not gonna do that, okay? Because I don't believe that's just not right, okay? That's just not right at all, and I'm not like that. Yeah, all I ask is just that y'all be respectful, and I would appreciate listening ears for these conversations. And yeah, I'm not here to force anybody to believe anything. This is y'all's life. I don't care what y'all do, okay? I don't care what you do. All I know, I'm cool off of this. Okay? But thanks for listening to my story time. If you did, if y'all have any similar experiences or have any like comments about this, then let me know down below. Again, keep it kind and respectful in the same ways that I try to. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Next week at 60 Saturdays on the Brain Vomit podcast. I hope you enjoyed my little vomit for today. Blech. Okay. Bye.